Welcome back to the Latest Chess Podcast. Doctor, are you in the house?
I am in the house and ready to talk about chess.
Making his house call. Look at you. Doctor, you
I'll
know
go
what
anywhere. I'll go anywhere that where there's chess.
That's right. And guess what?
What?
We get to do another step in our series, the Tao of Chess.
The Tao of Chess. Thank you very much.
If you recall, last time we were here, we did Chapter 7, Pawn Structures. Now,
Mm,
creatively, we are going to Chapter 8 because that's how we roll. Care to guess what Chapter 8's about? Do you remember? Do you recall?
I think that it is dealing with space,
Base, the final
not
frontier.
outer space, space on the board.
Not the final frontier?
No, well, it might very well be on your board.
Could be. Could be. All right. Space. Jesse's going to be very unhappy that time has not been mentioned yet.
We'll do the next one on time.
Well, I don't know. Let's see. Is the next one time?
Was it in there? Is it in the Tao?
I'm checking. I'm seeing what the next one is. Yep, it is. It's the next one.
All right. All right. Next pod.
Jesse, you're coming in for next Tau.
Get ready.
Like he's listening.
I
All
know.
right. Space, the final frontier. Principle number 35. Do you know how many principles are in this book, by the way? I believe it's
72.
200, I believe.
Okay.
We got a long way to go and a short time to get there.
Mm,
See what I did? Hmm?
very good. Very good.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Okay. So principle number 35 is the real estate proverb location, location, location. So what they're talking about here is there's prime real estate, mediocre, and then poor real estate. So where's the prime real estate for chess? Dun, dun, dun,
Center.
dun. Or as Andres Tott says, oh, come on. You never
Oh, I
know.
can't think.
Senta.
The center. Thank you, chicas and chicas.
Chicas and chicas. Yes. He's quite good. So
Yes.
so there's like the center four squares, which is like E4, E5, D4, D5. And then some places the line around that is like the next level.
Hmm.
And then the rest of the stuff like edges and corners are less prime real estate. And
Right.
you remember why that is, sir? Would you like to illustrate, show off?
No.
No. Think about your knight.
Oh, nights on the rim are dim
Yes. Or slim
or slim.
or grim.
It's grim. That's why it's dim.
That's right. I know. I hate that.
Yep.
So it's somewhat related to the activity of the piece or the amount of squares that the piece sees.
Right.
So
Right.
if you put a knight in a corner, it literally has two squares that it can see.
Right.
And if you put it
Right.
on an edge, I think it's four. And then if you put it in the center, it's got eight. Or anywhere more than two squares away from the edge, it has eight.
Like an octopus, right?
Like an octopus. That's one of our friends' favorite octopus. I've got the octopus knight. Yes, yes, yes.
Let's go.
That's right. So that's one of the key principles for the opening as well. And that's kind of derived from this concept of space, the final frontier.
Yes.
Anything else between location, 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 or shall I move on to our next principle? And remember, principles
Oh,
are
I
not
would say
rules.
that it's important to fight for that space, to get that space if you want to move your plan ahead. I mean,
Yeah,
if you don't have space and you're all bogged up, um, it's going to be problematic.
yeah. And it's not just center though. It's also like open files for rooks or open diagonals for bishops and things like that. So
I mean, really, I mean, in its simplest form, the way to get space initially is to develop your pieces.
mhm. Yeah, and
So
get them in the game.
yeah, you don't have to. I mean, just break it down even that. Get the major pieces out and you know get them out, develop them, protect them, and you're going to gain some space.
Absolutely. I think the one of the things that you'll see, we had an episode earlier like development is magic or something like that along
Mm,
those lines, and it's really just related to this concept of space.
yep.
So, Doctor Principle 36 again for our listeners: principles are not rules; they are principles. They are not followed blindly, but when you have a cramped position, you should exchange pieces to free up the game.
Yes.
Take it easy. Don't get into too much detail.
Well, because I, I'm trying to keep it simple. Um, because I
Well, that's the
struggle.
podcast. Doctor said yes.
Okay, I'm here all week, folks. Um, I struggle with that really recently in something I was reading that knowing when to trade, like when you're up, trade. When you're down, don't trade.
Yes.
When
Well,
kind of
and when
thing.
you're up, trade pieces. When you're down, trade pawns.
Right. And so I've struggled with this forever. This idea of, well, when I mean, other than simply being up a piece, or whatever. I mean, how am I up? How am I down? And when to trade, when not to trade, and I've just really, it's only recently that I'm like, okay, yeah, okay, I'm going to trade here because I'm up and this will help me, right?
Mm-hmm.
Open things up because things are getting bogged down.
Right.
So it's still, I don't want to, yeah, I want to say it's still a struggle to know what to trade because sometimes there's multiple things you can trade,
Yes. You know what's
you know,
not
and
trading?
how you trade.
You know what's not trading? Dropping your rook like I just did in our game.
Yeah, that's true.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I think uh, you just talked about it there, and I just want to make sure everybody's clear. One of the reasons we're doing this Tao of Chess is because as you get better, these things mean more to you. And what we're doing right now is we're kind of going through this book at our particular level. I'm sure that somebody else who's a better player would have even more understanding of what these principles are, and perhaps we may be um, ahead of you in one or more of these principles, and maybe we'll say something that'll click for you because the doctor just started. He just said that he just started getting a hold of this one a little bit better and recently. So as your chess grows, you get to be more understanding of what these principles are trying to say and what they actually say versus what we think they say, which is sometimes different.
Right. Which, again, knowing this, the big leap is still translating that into a skill of
Yes.
when to trade, when not to trade. It's easy to say, okay, when I'm up, when I'm down, but it's not always easy to, other than like I said, yeah, okay, okay, I'm up a pawn or I'm up whatever it is. You still have to, it's still not easy. I don't think it's just that easy and say, oh yeah, obviously I'm up, so I'm going to trade.
Piece of cake, no problem.
Yeah, piece of cake. So yeah,
Yeah.
knowledge and skill are two different things for sure.
Yeah, especially when talking about chess. So,
Yeah.
um, the principle here, trying to exchange the pieces to free up the game, is sometimes it's difficult to move things around. So, you may want to, especially if you have bishops versus knights. Knights seem to do better with cramped positions. They can kind of wiggle around and do things, but the bishops they kind of need a more open structure. So, if you're cramped up and feeling constricted, look to trade pieces to not only make the game a little simpler. Remember, trade, not lose, and but also open the pieces up so they can do more, and you kind of have some more room to maneuver.
Right. I had a game in the tournament where my two bishops were I just jammed them up.
Mm-hmm.
And it was terrible. I just had nowhere to go and I had really nowhere to even trade because I just let them, get all bogged down.
Yep.
And that really cramped that just ruined the rest of the game for me. I struggled with dealing with that the whole game.
Yep.
So,
Well, there's a principle coming up that'll help you. But the next principle is basically the upside down of what we just talked about. It says to avoid piece exchanges when you control more squares. So when you're cramped, exchange pieces. But when you're controlling more squares, try not to exchange pieces.
right.
It's kind of the same thing over and over because you're not allowing your opponent to be comfortable and you're not allowing them to do stuff. It's kind of like when you push a pawn and then you're blockading the knight from moving forward. That kind of,
Mhm.
you know, tends to annoy people. So I think we talked about both sides of that on the first one. So anything you want to add or move on?
No, no, I think that's good.
Okay. Principle 38. In order to free up your pieces or break a bind, it is often worth doing so, even if it costs you a pawn, because otherwise, I think what they're saying is it's worth the price of the pawn. Otherwise, you'll just get suffocated and strangled to death. I've played a few games where that happens. It's really not that much fun.
Everybody by now should know my philosophy about losing a pawn.
Oh, hit me, doctor. I haven't heard it in a couple weeks.
I'll get it back.
I'll just make another one.
I'll just make another one.
That's right. So if the cost is not overwhelming, you should pay it because your goal is important. And if you're just sitting there and you're basically stuck, even if you lose a pawn, just to be able to activate your pieces, it's often the best of a bad choice, but it's the only choice that'll give you a chance at winning that game.
I'm curious, since you're the engine expert,
Yes.
will the engine will Stockfish, I guess we're talking about wherever, will it recognize that, or will it say that that is still a mistake?
Stockfish tends to, and this is, we're getting to the limit of what I know, but stockfish, from what I can tell, seems to like space more than pieces.
Okay.
I'm not saying it's just going to willy nilly give away a piece for nothing,
Right,
but
right, right,
it likes. If you said like, is it more happy with like losing a pawn and getting space or keeping the pawn? It's. I'm sorry, Mister Pawn, you're not a person. You're gone.
right.
Um, so, but
Okay.
again, stockfish is, looking 30, 40, 50 moves into the future with all possible moves, which, I'm not bragging, but I'm not quite there yet. All right. Principle
I
39.
can't even think past one move. Anyways, go
Yeah,
ahead.
I know often. Yeah. As you
All
can
right.
tell by my rook play that you showed me right before we started recording.
All right. That's
Yeah.
right.
Thank you. Not distracted at all by that.
Okay.
Nope. Did you mean to do that? Tell me what I did. Oh God. Anyway.
Right there was my answer when you said that. Well, what did I do? Right there, like, oh, he did blunder that. Yes, he did.
Yes, I did. No, no, there was no deeper thought.
Nope.
I'm glad it took a few minutes of your life to realize that no, he's just an idiot. Yep. Okay. Principle 39. Getting close to the end of the space chapter. The final frontier. The move D7 to D5 is the antidote. The antidote for the poison in mini gambits.
Is what?
The move D7 to D5, so moving your pawn from D7 to D5, is the antidote for the poison in mini gambits. So it's basically saying if you play this, it often stabilizes the game and ruins the gambits for other people.
Okay.
I don't know. I'm not, to be fair, I have avoided gambits. Like, I don't play them.
Why?
I don't play them
Why?
because it feels cheap. Like it feels more of a trick than a skill.
Ooh, interesting. Now, this
So
isn't a value judgment, but I thought that you would like that.
no, I mean I'm all for it, but I choose
No, he's all for the cheap trick.
I'm choosing to try to get better over try to get a trickier. Trickier sounds good. Yeah,
Interesting.
it's a philosophy. It's
Well,
kind of like when people say, once you're ahead, trade off all the pieces, like basically get it down to like something versus king, king and
yeah, yeah.
something. That feels so cheap. I'm like, I want to go for the mate. I don't want to just, because once like somebody drops a rook or drops a queen or something, yeah, I can clean the board off and the only chance you have is stalemate, but it just feels cheap. I don't know.
Interesting. Interesting. I know that I will say this about gambits, which I don't have much to say because I don't know much about them because I don't play them. Though on Chessiverse, I there and I went through it. There was a course just because I've never studied a gambit, but they had the Vienna gambit.
Vienna, yeah.
Uh, yeah, and it was pretty interesting. It seemed like a strong opening, a strong repertoire. I don't know, because anytime I play any of my repertoire, that nobody ever responds in the way that they say that they will respond or should
No,
respond,
no, no. It's
right?
amazing. They can
So
move all the pieces to all the possible squares, and none of them make sense, but they do
yeah,
it
I was like, by the third move, I'm out booked because I have no idea
anyway.
what's going on.
Yeah,
So I find that interesting. I'll need to do a little more,
yeah. So,
a little more thinking, a little more research into this whole gambit thing.
if the game, well, now I know what you're going to do to me, so that's just fun. But it seems like if you get trapped by a gambit or white's playing a gambit, if you're black, oftentimes playing d7 to d5 will get things close to even again for most of the gambits. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know enough about gambits to say anything about it. So this is another example of when in the future we'll have much more to say because neither one of us plays gambits.
All right. Once I get down this Vienna gambit, then we'll talk about it.
So again, if we answered these questions about space correctly, let us know at learningchess@gmail.com. If you have any idea about this D7 to D5 as a antidote for poison of gambits, learningchess@gmail.com. If you think we missed a few things, let us know because I feel like we stunk on this one. Apparently, we don't know much about space. Did I lose you, doctor? Where'd you go?
No, I'm
Oh,
here.
it's an audio podcast, sir.
Well, I agreed with you. Pay
I didn't hear you
attention.
say anything.
Sorry. No, yeah, no, I agree with you. If where we got it wrong, let us know because it's not a strong, it's not something that we know a lot about.
We're
This
still
whole
working on it.
gambit thing. Yeah, I mean, I'm just trying to work on an opening repertoire.
No
You
repertoire.
know, I'm not.
So how's that going? How's your repertoire going?
Well, I've been working on every day for a little bit on my King's Indian defense and my King's Indian attack.
Mm-hmm. Is
Um,
that the full repertoire at this point?
what do you mean?
Like, is that what you play, white and black?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, pretty much, pretty much. I mean, like I said, I saw that it's free on Justiverse, this Gambit thing. So I thought, oh, let me see what that is for white. And I went through. It was interesting to listen to the videos. I'm like, huh, okay, I'll keep that in the back of my brain, maybe someday. But if it, I need to do more, research about that. But um,
So
so yeah,
if you're playing white, you play King's Indian.
attack, yeah.
Okay. So if I'm playing white and I play E4, you're playing
I'm playing a form of King Indian attack.
okay, and D4, same thing.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
pretty much anything King's Indian.
yeah.
Okay.
Which I'm not sure if that's recommended or that's good.
Well, I think
Um,
one of them is actually called the Pierce, but
yeah, the Pirk, right, or Pierce, right, whatever you call Pirk. Yeah. So, but I just call it King's Indian attack.
yeah,
So,
King's Indian style. Yeah.
yeah. So, yeah, it's and then again, of course, as you go deeper, there are different variations, and
Yep.
but I'm not going deep, deep. I'm just trying to work on a couple variations, two, three variations. And then just like the first 10 moves, to be quite honest, maybe 10 to 15 moves, but 10 moves really.
If that,
Uh,
depending on
if
the
Yeah,
person you're playing against.
right, because yeah, the better people, well, all people, even people that might not be better, are will play something, whether it was on purpose or not, that still was like, oh, wouldn't expect that, and I should be able to. First, I got to decide, well, was that a good move or was that just
Yeah,
a goofy move?
yeah.
Right. What's you? That's the other thing about. To
And then
me,
what
I
to
want
do
to say.
about it.
I'll say this: that this is the hardest thing for me, or one of the hard things for me in chess, is trying to understand the plans and of the opponent.
Hmm. Yeah.
Right. I barely
If
understand
they have one.
mine. Right. If the and the better players do.
Yeah.
So I think to myself, okay, well, what I have no idea what their plans are. I don't know enough to when I'm playing someone who's five, six, 700, uh, higher
I,
than me
yeah.
or more. I'm like, well, I'm trying to figure it out, but and it's interesting when you play like blindfold chess, right?
Hmm.
And you're trying to figure out the move of the game that you're going over. Let's say you're going over some master's game. Okay, what's the move he or she's gonna play next? To me, that's
Oh, guess the move
yeah,
stuff.
guess the move. Sorry, guess the move. That's it's hard for me.
Yeah. See, I'm
I
starting
mean,
to get better
I
at that.
mean, I like. I'll go. Here are three choices, right? Right. Three. What do we call them? I always forget. Candidate moves.
Yep.
Right. Very rarely do I pick the correct candidate move of the master. Doesn't mean that the move I made was going to be terrible, but it wasn't the best move and the move that the grandmaster was making.
Hmm.
Like I'm
See,
going through Capablanca's games.
but is he playing the King's Indian?
Well, I'm just Fisher. I've been through some of Fisher's games and he played the King Indian,
Okay.
but I mean, I'm just going through the games. I mean,
Okay. So not
he
for
played
opening
very
stuff, just for
no,
games.
no, no, just to kind of help myself with calculation and evaluation
Hmm.
of positions. You know.
So, so the opening work that I've done, I'm getting better at the plans, both my plans and my opponent's plans.
Hmm.
But deeper in the game, the thing that still I'm not doing well with is the opponent's resources or their potential responses. Like I'll see the response, I'll see this response, I'll see this response, and then I'll just miss something. Like
Right.
like like you remember the one game where I sat there for like 5 minutes looking at it and then made the move and you checkmated me in like one move or two moves and you're like, I
Right.
see it.
Right.
I just didn't see it, and
Right.
it's I don't know. I'm still doing that. Less, but I'm still doing it.
I'm doing that completely in the middle game. I don't see it. Like
Yeah.
even if I do the opening, I've got a good setup, have space,
Mm-hmm.
and the middle game is just atrocious. And even there'll be games that where it's atrocious, but I'm getting much better, really much better at the end game. If I can survive the middle game, even with making mistakes, because they make mistakes too when you play
Yes.
people that are at the same level, right?
Thank God.
Uh, yeah, right. So they'll blunder away too. So I'm like, oh, okay. And then if I have half a chance, I'm getting much better all the time at the end game. Um,
Which is a big
but
change from where you started when we were first started this podcast. You
right,
would
right.
you would avoid the end game.
I know, right? But when I discovered that, I suck at the middle game, I had better, if I can survive. I mean, I'm
Well,
trying to get better at the middle game, but
it's like a teeter totter, right? You were
yeah,
good in the middle game and you were terrible in the end game. Now you've improved your end game,
right.
and now
But
you're
it's hard
feeling like your middle game's not as good, but it's
because
actually better than it was.
right,
It's
but because
teeter
you're
totter.
improving, but
Right.
when you improve, you play people that are at
Better.
that level and above,
Yeah.
and they have plans.
Yes.
You play decent people because you want to get better. That's kind of the trade-off, right? You want to play higher rated players
Hmm.
or better players,
Right.
and you're going to lose a lot
Yep.
until you catch up, right?
Yes.
So, but yeah, but yeah,
Interesting.
I don't know how we got to that, but
Well, I kind of wandered. You know, it's weird. I still find it weird.
but
We ended up doing openings and ended up in the same place.
what do you mean?
I'm playing the King's Indian and the Peers.
Yeah.
Weird.
Yeah.
It's
Well,
we're so different, and we ended up the same. That somewhat bothers me.
really.
Yeah,
Why does it bother you?
I mean, not in a weird, not in a negative way, but in a coincidence thing. Because we think about chess very differently,
Yeah.
and you play different than I do. I think the thing
Yeah.
we share is we both tend towards the aggressive side,
Yeah.
and we ended up in the same place without either one of us talking about.
Right.
And it's just weird that your logic led you to this and my logic led us to the same place. It's kind of like you went this way and ended up
Right.
here, and I went this way and ended up same spot.
Yeah. Yeah. It is. I guess so. I didn't think about it that way. Yeah. I just, yeah, I'm like, okay. I mean, my thinking behind these two was, okay, something that's easy,
Easy.
something that I can learn and something that I can grow with.
Mm-hmm.
And that is, I wanted something too that, for example, like Bobby Fischer, right, played King's Indian, right?
He was decent. He was
Yeah.
a DCP for sure.
He played a lot of games in that. And I thought to myself, well, this would be kind of cool to, this is something that I could grow and play at more than this level. Because
Yeah.
I didn't want to. That's what I really I'm looking for in the opening and the opening in the repertoire is that something that okay I will I'm doing this now, but I can build on it, and I can if I ever get to the DCP level, I can still use this.
Right.
I don't have to learn something different
See,
if
I
I'm
went
good if I can get good at it.
to the surprise of nobody. I went a different way. I went, I'll learn this now and then I'll play it. And then I can get to the middle game part, which is the part that I like. And I'm basically safe. There's very few traps like that will kill me. And then I should be in decent shape, and then I can learn, and then later I can add another. Instead of having a opening, I will have an opening repertoire when I have more than one. So that was kind of where I was going. But you know what? We haven't told anybody about this, and I just saw them out of the corner of my eye. Doctor, what are these? Whoops! As I drop them, what are these? Can you see them?
Chess die,
What are they?
chess die,
Chess die.
right? I
Did
don't know
what?
what they do though.
What do you mean you don't know? Oh,
Did
doctor,
you tell me? You sent them to me. I
I
have them
sent
right
them to
there.
you. Yes.
Yeah, I
Okay.
have them right here, but I don't know
Okay.
what to do with them.
All right, doctor. We're gonna
Yeah.
play. We're in Fantasyland. We're gonna play a game.
Okay.
You and I.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
What color are you gonna be?
I don't know.
What? That's what I mean. We play the game in this fictional game that we're not going to play for now because this is a podcast and we're not doing
Okay.
video. You're going to play, and we put it in chess.com, and it comes out. And which color are you?
Black.
Okay, so you take your black die
Uh-huh.
and you roll it. Let me do that again for the podcast people. And it came up E5. So your
Okay.
first move is E5,
Okay.
and then my first move with the white die, I rolled any. So I can do anything I want, and you have to
Wow.
play E5.
This just seems like a perverse version of 960.
No, 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 no. So here was my thought. I had these dice made, and each one has different opening moves for white. The white die is for white moves,
Yeah.
and the black die is for the black moves. And each one has different set. And like white has D4, E4, C4, D3, knight F3. I missed one. D4, C4, D3, and then any. And then the black die has the different standard openings for black, which is D5, E5, E6, D6, and I couldn't decide, so I said C5/B3. That's kind of a weird one, and any. So I thought this was a way for us to vary our games, so you can kind of just play with a friend and say, okay, what are we going to play? And you just roll the dice. Hey, let me do that for the podcast people. White plays knight F3 and black plays E5. And
Interesting.
and I thought this would be rather fun. And then I'm
Okay.
listening to a recent Chess Dojo podcast, and they're like, there's that one weird guy in the dojo who has dice for the openings, and I'm sitting there going, better make that two.
Wow. So what there's another
It's
guy
not
that
me.
has.
Somebody else did it too, I guess. I don't know. Weird.
Wow.
So you have some. One of our prior guests has some. I have some. I thought they were fun. I thought it was a good time, and I thought this would be a way for us to improve our overall chess knowledge when we play against each other, if we feel like, having a fun game, and we just roll the dice, and it's like you did this and I do this, and then we'll figure it out from there.
Very nice. Yeah. Okay. Cool. I'm game. I'm easy.
Now that you know what it is and you've had it for
Yeah.
a month.
Oh yeah. I was like, huh. I wonder what this is. I didn't. I don't know what. I was like, oh, very interesting. I'm like, I saw the letter and number on it, but
I thought we talked about this, Doctor.
you might have said something to me.
I
I
know.
just
I,
don't.
I I'm being nice. Yeah, I did, but
Okay.
yeah,
Okay. Yeah.
as usual. And you may be getting married to me after all.
I don't know. I just a lot going on. A lot going on.
You've been having a few weeks, so I'm gonna
Yeah.
give you the free pass on that one. And
Thank you. I'll do better. I'll do
okay,
better.
very nice. So that's what these are for. So if you're playing, like if you have a friend at work,
Yeah.
who plays chess, and you want to give them a handicap, if you're the player and they're just learning, you say, okay, you play white and I will play e5, and then that way you're not playing your own opening where typically I think we're both good enough to where if we're playing against like a normal person who doesn't really play chess, we should win. So this is a way of handicapping it. Or if you're playing against me and we just want to rev things up and play once in a while,
Right.
I have to play d4 and you were playing any
Right. Very nice. C5.
e5,
Anyways.
anything. So that's what those are, and that now it
Okay.
explains to you again what these dice are for.
Yeah. I was wondering why I got dice in the mail. I don't know. It was a gambling thing. I don't know what it was. I don't know. You know, I didn't, what?
You didn't think that they meant squares on a chessboard?
Not at first.
Oh my goodness,
Then
doctor.
I'm looking at him and go, oh, wait. Oh. And then you did explain it to me, which I forgot.
Yeah,
But I do kind of recall now that you said something about it.
yeah,
Yeah. Huh.
yeah.
Yeah.
The
That's all I
silly
really have
part
to say
is
about that.
the place I bought these from are ridiculously expensive. So don't do this at home, people.
Yeah. 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 No. No. Now I'm even more impressed. At first I thought, huh, wonder what chess story got this from. You
I,
had them made.
I had them made. Look at that.
Y-
I was going to
the-
take the any and put our logo on there, but I decided not to.
For for anybody listening,
Yeah.
for all five people listening
Still listening? That's probably
that are
best.
still might be listening,
Right
is that
into late to chess at gmail.com if you've heard this. But go ahead.
yeah, that it's very interesting. I hope you find it interesting how much of an overachiever
What?
Bill is.
What do you
Bill
mean?
doesn't do anything halfway.
Nope.
He goes full way on everything. That's
If
why he has 122 chess books, 175,000 videos. He's got dice. He races cars. He talks about the racing podcast. He does everything. He grills steaks. He met the steak guy. He told us that on one of the episodes, I believe, in the book episode. And so Bill, Guga, there it is, Guga, because it's very important to know how to grill steaks if you play chess. And so,
absolutely.
you know, so Bill, that's one of the great things about Bill, but it's also a place of humor for me,
There is a
because
life.
I've never gotten chess die,
Yeah.
or die in the mail from anyone,
No.
you
There
know,
is a life philosophy that I firmly stand behind.
right.
If it's worth doing,
Doing.
it's worth overdoing.
Yeah, I know, right. My philosophy is the absolute opposite. Less is more. Bill does not believe in that.
What did you say? What? Who?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. There it is. There it is.
Oh, sorry. I just
It-
got a YouTube video notification.
yeah, exactly. Exactly. There it is, right there. And then and guess what? Who's going to get that video in 10 minutes after this? Me,
Well,
to
it-
distract me.
no. It's not that I'm here to help.
Yeah. Yeah. You're a
Yeah,
helper.
listen, if I
Well,
listen to
Bill's
these
a
things,
giver now. Bill's
I
a giver.
am
I'll give you that.
absolutely.
Yeah.
You know,
He
I
gives you
wouldn't,
he gives you know what too. But anyways, go ahead.
whatever. I'm a giver. I didn't say it was all good.
Yeah.
If you listen to him at 3x, though, you have so much more time.
Yeah, that's another thing. I don't even understand what that means when he says that.
It goes 3 times as fast.
Oh, I wondered what that meant. Well,
You are
I,
so
I mean, I nodded when you told me that the
you're so
last time
Amish.
we talked, but when you said, "Oh, yeah, it's better if you listen at 3x or 2, whatever you said," I'm like,
Yeah,
"Yeah, I was going to ask my son about that because he's the tech guy."
yeah. This 3x is apparently math to you. It's
Yeah, of course it is. It is math. It's 3 times something, right? So it's
got a
math. So
number.
right there,
It's got a number. I'm out.
I know, yeah, right, and plus multiplication. So right there, I'm already lost. I mean, I do know my multiplication tables, but still,
Five times
I
six. You
just
got that
didn't
one.
know. I didn't know what 3x was. Oh, okay,
Okay. That's how you
got
get
it.
so much done. You go 3 times as fast.
Yeah, but how do you understand that?
You just get used to it. Just work your way
Wow.
up to it, buddy.
But okay, here's an old timey philosophy.
They don't turn into Alvin and the Chipmunks. They
No, no,
change the
no.
tone.
I
Okay.
hear you. I hear this
Okay.
they read faster. I get it.
Yeah.
But doesn't it matter at all
Uh-huh.
how it was intended to be heard?
I don't care.
Okay,
I got
that's all
stuff
I
to
needed
I
to
got
know.
stuff to do.
Okay,
I got
there you go.
stuff to do. I got more stuff to do. So now instead of 24 hours, I have 72 hours in one day. Do you know how many
Uh,
chess podcasts I listened to when I was driving cross country at 3x? It was
no.
fantastic. It was fantastic. I would drive for
Okay.
3 hours, 12 hours a day. I would listen to chess podcasts probably 3 quarters of the time. So let's say 8 hours. At 3x, I got 24 hours of chess in every single day.
Wow.
And I
Wow.
still suck.
Well, okay. So that's an answer to your question right there. You
Less
might
is
want to listen
more.
to one at regular speed.
Less is more.
Less
Whatever.
is more.
Whatever.
Thank you, Noel Studer. You never said that. I learned that a long time ago, but I know that's what you're talking about. No,
Yeah, whatever.
not that you're listening.
You know what? You know what I got to say to this conversation?
Yeah,
You're going to love that I know how to do this when you come over.
this is true. I do like steak. I do like steak. And that guy looks like he's eating a lot of steak, so he
He's
would know.
he's had a couple pieces of cow in his time.
He's buff. Big guy.
He's a good guy. Yeah, he's
Yeah,
lost a little bit of weight since then, but
nice. Yeah.
he's a YouTube channel you can watch. It's very good.
I don't got no time.
I got there's that. Well, if you listen to it at 3x, you would.
I want to understand it. I talk too fast.
You just work your way up. It's
I
kind of
don't
like
know.
going to the gym. You start at 1, then you go to 1.5, then you go to 2, then you go to 2.5. The hard part's 2.5 to 3. Now, I will say that if I'm listening to this podcast and the person has an accent, I have to slow it down because it takes a little bit to digest.
Okay.
But if it's like non-accented people or just normal, if it if it's a learning one, sometimes I slow it down because I want to think about it. And then if it's just like chess culture, like tournament reviews and stuff, 3x automatic. Just pop it in.
Listen, for the love of Pete, we've got to end this podcast.
But they care.
Okay.
Late to chess at gmail.com. If you care about our stupid inane babble, that's what I want to know.
Wow.
Sold.
That's right.
Because I
If
had
you
somebody
do,
write in and say the doctor's better at racquetball. So I better get one person that writes
yeah.
in saying,
So
I
if
care.
anybody agrees with Bill, I just want to say this: you're going to owe me a book.
Oh, I will give you a book. If somebody
Yeah.
writes in, I have a book just for you on chess. I will send it to the doctor if somebody writes in saying that they agree with Bill, that they care about 3x podcasts and making good steaks on a chess podcast. That's right.
I'm out of here.
Nope. I have a feeling I'm going to owe you a book. All right, doctor. Your get out of jail free card just came in.
Thank goodness. I'm
Do,
exhausted.
do not collect your $200 as you pass go.
I will not.
All right. Very well. I've beaten him again. And you know
Yes.
what? When I listen to this tomorrow, 3x, baby, all day.
Wow. Okay. I'm not even going to listen to it. So
You're like, Vicky, Why would I listen to the podcast? I was on it.
Yeah, I was on that. I know what I said.
I know what we said.
Yeah.
I don't know. Whatever. Fine. Be that way.
All right. Late2chess.com.
Nope. Got it wrong.
Late2chess at gmail.com.
There we go. Back to the old doctor. He's getting it wrong
There
again.
you go. That's what happens when you slow it down, folks.
See, 3x, you would have got it right.
Probably.
Bye, doctor.
Wow. Bye.